Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. It's unacceptable Ben Shephard drops. Shocking update, just a few minutes ago. Broken our hearts, this news must see. It all began on a rainy Tuesday morning on the set of This Morning. The cameras had just stopped rolling, the crew was hustling about for the mid-show reset, and Kat Deely was sipping her third peppermint tea. Ben Shephard, ever the professional, was scrolling through his emails during a break, eyes tired but sharp. That's when a headline caught his eye on a trending Twitter post. Can you spot the ITV host in this Harry Potter scene? Fans are losing it over this 20-year-old revelation. Ben blinked, reread the headline, then chuckled. Another weird deepfake, he muttered, nudging Kat. Look at this. Kat leaned over, her curiosity piqued. Wait, is that you? In Hogwarts robes. Ben frowned. I mean, it does look like me, but... Just then, floor manager Janine popped her head in. Ben, you're needed in makeup again. Viewer segment in 5. Still frowning, Ben handed his phone to Kat. Dig into that while I get powdered, and don't sign me up for a Quidditch match. But Kat was already lost down the rabbit hole of Reddit threads and Instagram reels. The image being shared widely online was a still from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, specifically the Great Hall scene during the Triwizard Tournament announcement. In the background, just behind Fred and George Weasley, a young wizard with sharp cheekbones, tousled dark blonde hair, and a glint in his eye leaned toward another student and whispered something with a mischievous grin. He wasn't named. He had no lines. But the resemblance to Ben Shephard was uncanny. Kat, sensing a storm of media curiosity coming, rang Ben's agent. Does this ring any bells? Was Ben ever in a Harry Potter movie? The answer came an hour later, in the form of a stammering voice note from Ben's former agent in the early 2000s. Yes. Ben was briefly on set in 2004 for a side project. He might have filmed a background scene, under the alias Benedict Shep. Long story. Ben remembered it clearly now. Back in 2004, he was still hustling in the industry. Fresh off a string of sports hosting gigs, he was offered a few days' work as a stand-in and background artist for a major fantasy film, which he wasn't even allowed to name at the time. The NDA was thicker than a potions textbook. All he remembered was spending 3 chilly nights in a Hogwarts-style uniform, waiting hours for his one moment walking behind Dumbledore during a feast scene. I thought they cut it, he whispered, stunned, back on the This Morning couch as he recounted it live. I never even told anyone because, well, who wants to hear about Blink and you miss it extras? The internet disagreed. Ben Shephard's secret Hogwarts past was now a viral sensation. 3 days later, Ben's agent received an official email from Warner Bros. Studios UK. They wanted to confirm the authenticity of the claims, and they had something more, an invitation. Warner Bros. Was preparing for the grand relaunch of the Harry Potter studio tour with new cast exhibits, and they wanted Ben, yes, Ben, to be part of it. You are officially a member of the Hogwarts alumni, the letter read, half formal, half whimsical. We'd be honoured if you'd join our updated Secrets of the Wizarding World exhibition. Your original costume has been located and preserved. Ben laughed aloud when he read it. They kept the robes. They even have your wand, said Kat, deadpan. Which, let's face it, is more than I've got from the early 2000s. 1 week later, a camera crew followed Ben to Warner Bros. Studios in Leavesden. He was met by a staff historian named Gregory, who seemed more wizard than employee. "Ah yes, Mr. Shephard, your robes are intact. Come, let us take you back to the Great Hall." Walking through the sets was like stepping through time. Ben's footsteps echoed as he entered the hall. The long wooden tables were still there, the candles suspended in mid-air thanks to a mix of wires and post-production magic. Then Gregory handed him the robes, and then the wand. "You were part of House Gryffindor," he said. "According to your background sheet, your character was listed as Noel McGrath, Beater, Year 6. Ben burst out laughing. "So I was canonically on the Quidditch team." "Indeed," Gregory said with a twinkle in his eye. The day turned into a whirlwind of interviews, photo shoots, and a surprise reunion with none other than Matthew Lewis, aka Neville Longbottom, who remembered him vaguely from the lunch tent. "You had the best snacks," Matthew recalled, "always sharing Jaffa cakes." As a final treat, Ben was invited to participate in a mock sorting hat ceremony for a promo video. Sitting on the original stool, under the famous hat, he expected a quick laugh. But as the sorting hat dropped down and the cameras rolled, it suddenly let out a low hum. "Oh, what's this?" the voice said, echoing around the room. "Back again, are we? A little older, but no less cheeky." Ben laughed, assuming it was pre-recorded. "Noel McGrath, I presume, still loyal to Gryffindor, though a little more Hufflepuff than before," the crew guessed. Kat watched Liv from the studio and nearly choked on her tea. "They programmed it to respond to his name," the producer explained, flustered. "It's reacting." Ben, playing along, shouted, "Hufflepuff it is." ATV didn't waste a moment. By the end of the week, This Morning launched a special 4-week Friday segment titled Ben's Magical Mornings, featuring behind-the-scenes stories from the Harry Potter sets, interviews with former cast members, and yes, even wizarding cooking segments. One morning featured Ben trying to replicate butterbeer with an overly enthusiastic celebrity chef who mistook powdered sugar for pixie dust. Another involved Alison Hammond accidentally making a pie levitate off the counter during a spell-casting lesson. Viewers loved it. Ben received a call from his agent. "You're not going to believe this, but the HBO Max team is in pre-production on a Harry Potter spin-off series. They want you to audition. Apparently, the executive producer thinks Noel McGrath could be revived as a supporting character in the Auror Corps." Ben blinked. An actual role. In canon. Wands. Magic. Robes. Action. They want you. Ben thought for a moment. "Do I still get time off for this morning?" "They're open to filling around your ITV schedule." Kat, hearing the conversation, shouted across the studio, "If you don't say yes, I'll cast Avada Nokarira." Months later, the trailer for Harry Potter, Legacy of the Phoenix, dropped. Set 15 years after the events of the original series, the show followed a new generation of witches and wizards, and among the cast was Ben Shephard as Noel McGrath, an auror with a knack for disarming dark wizards with charm, quips, and unorthodox magic. Viewers swooned. One scene even had his character pause mid-duel and say, "Now, I usually do mornings, but I make exceptions for dark magic." Ben remained a regular on This Morning, now a national treasure and the UK's most beloved accidental actor. His rise from ITV breakfast shows to international fantasy stardom became a tale of inspiration and wizardry. But he remained humble. "I'll always be a presenter first," he said in an interview with Empire magazine. "I just happened to take a magical detour." He kept the wand. He kept the robes. And he never stopped reminding viewers that, even when the cameras fade, magic can find you when you least expect it.